Okay, so hello all. Good morning and good evening. Thank you so much for joining today's session. So, yeah, welcome back to today's session. So before we jump in directly to today's topic, I'll let you know we'll have a quick review or quick overview of what we have done yesterday, and then we start with today's class. So yesterday we just understood very basics of what is manual testing, how we do manual testing, and what is automation testing. And we have seen what are the different tools. We have seen the graph of Tosca, how it started, and what is the current status of Tosca, what are the major developments and advancements. And we have also understood that Tosca is working on three main basic things, that is codeless approach, model-based approach, and also risk-based optimization. So it's just you scan your application and do it. And the most important, very important thing that we understand is it uses vision AI, which will help us to make our test case more prominent with along through different technologies. So even if you are working with black screen or a banking application which has a high secured application also, you will be able to do your Tosca or test case development with the help of Tosca. And vision AI helps you a lot with if there are any uninteracted objects or there are objects that you cannot interact with, all those things you can achieve with the help of this vision AI. So it's the main aim of Tosca is to test sooner, smarter, and test more and more. And it is mostly into risk-based test optimization. We do test case design also inside Tosca. We have test data management inside Tosca. We can also do the distributed execution. We have an inbuilt reporting tool where we generate the reports and we work around with the reports. And Tosca is supported plus 160 plus technologies, out of which we can name these are the highlight things most of the people are looking to. So that's why we have give it, and we can also do a pipeline integration like CI/CD with, and issue tracking is possible. There is a separate issues tab where you can track all your issues and map it to the requirements and also the user stories. Real-time traceability can be done, like you can do a critical artifact automation can also be done. So there are so many customers that are currently using Tosca. If you see one of the review from one of the customer, that is Spar, which is using Tosca for their product testing, and they say their execution speed has been increased by 800%. Okay, so you can understand 800% is not a small thing. It is like a very vast thing that Tosca has achieved for that particular customer, and they are able to do frequent deployments with all the changes that Tosca can adapt easily. So that is why this review is well. And we have also seen most of the reviews, and I've also told how my classes will grow. Make you help to complete all your certifications, and also what is the final certification that you can achieve with this. And we have also seen what are the syllabus that we are covering as part of this. Yeah, and we just started with basic information of Tosca. Okay, so coming today, Tosca is a product from Tricentis. Okay, so we also see what are the different products from Tricentis so that you can understand it's not only one functionality that we are doing, we can also do Salesforce automation. You can also do data integrity with live compare, and you can also do mobile testing with testing mobile. We can also do a performance testing with NeoLoad, and test management also can be done with Q-test automation tool, and like test data management for Jira. You can also integrate with your ALM also. Okay, so if you see, Tricentis has its footprint in each and every phase of your testing. Okay, so even in performance testing also we can do with the help of NeoLoad. Q-test is like a test data management tool where you can use in a similar fashion. However, now you are using Jira or ALM. The same way you can also use Q-test management tool. And live compare will help you to make your new changes easily adaptable, and it is also mostly used for within most of the SAP ecosystems. And the platform offers fully codeless and intelligence-driven approach to test automation. Okay, so integration capabilities are very high. Like you can integrate with Jira, ServiceNow, and ALM. Also, integration can also be done. Yes, and if you see, Tosca is a versatile automation. It supports, if you see this picture here, it says it supports 120 technology specific adapters. Okay, so that means whatever you say, it can be done with the help of these adapters, and Tosca is easily adaptable for anything. So web applications like browser, Chrome, Firefox, Internet Explorer, Edge, anything is possible. Web-based applications like ERP and CRM systems can also be done. Desktop applications like Microsoft Office can be done. Custom-built applications can be done. Mobile applications, which is iOS, and Android apps, both of them can be automated with the help of Tosca. API services can be done. It might be REST or SOAP or microservices. Mainframe applications can also be done, like terminal emulators, CICS applications, batch applications, anything can be automated with Tosca. Database testing like SQL databases like Oracle, MS SQL Server, MySQL, everything can be done. Cloud applications like AWS, Azure, and Google Cloud, you can integrate with Tosca. Testing frameworks, you can also integrate with the testing frameworks like Selenium, JUnit, or TestNG. Business process applications like SAP, Oracle, Business Unit, and other enterprise applications can be done. WordPress and content management systems can also be done. Okay, so if you see, end-to-end testing can be done with the help of Tosca. Your Tosca might, your testing lifecycle might start with API application, and then move to a web, then a database, and then it is an interconnection to the service now. And then with SAP, whatever might be, end-to-end testing can be done with the help of Tosca. Yeah, and if you ask me what are the different testings that I can do with the help of Tosca, it is regression testing you can do, functional testing can be done, UI can be done, API testing, system integration testing can be done, exploratory testing can be done, accessibility testing can also be done. Okay, so even if you do an IoT application testing, that can be done. Data migration testing, yes, can be done. Test case design and management can be done. Load testing can be done. Regression testing can be done. Like Tricentis can help you with any kind of testing. Okay, so now after listening all of these things, the price that Tosca is giving is really very less. So with all these special features, with all different types of testings, and with all different technologies it is covering, client is ready to come up to support to Tosca. Okay, and Tosca life cycle. So this might be one interview question that they might come up with. So what is a Tricentis Tosca life cycle, or what is a Tosca life cycle? Yes, if you see, we can do requirements, we can do test case design, we can create a modules, we can build test cases, we can run execution lists, we can generate reports. Like end to end can be done. Okay, so whatever you ask, we can do what according to our project life cycle. Accordingly, we can adjust our Tosca Tricentis life cycle also. Yeah, if you see how it is done, how Tosca helps in Tosca test life cycle, it is like, if you see, the upper part will help you to understand how the test planning can be done. So basically, if you have to do a test plan, you have to identify the critical scenarios, you have to understand the requirements, there is a user story that might come up. All these things can be done. So you can just simply put it in the requirement section and done. Everything, all the requirements gathering will help you to understand how requirement A has how many test cases, how many scenarios, how many execution lists, everything can be done. Just by seeing this particular graph or the picture, client will understand, okay, so the coverage we have is 43% and then 57% of testing is still done, is remaining, and we can do it, we can achieve it, okay. And you can also see the execution status, how many test cases are executed till now, what is the current status of the execution. All those things can be seen in the requirement section, which is really very helpful for any client to peep into. Okay, so he might not know how to build a test case. He might not know how to start with a test case, but yes, but surely when he sees the requirement section, he will clearly understand this total scenario of your project. Okay, a layman can understand. Yes, test data management. If you talk about test data management, you have already some inbuilt modules. So there might be a question in your brain that is going through what is module, what is this Mansa talking about? Yes, you will understand about this module very soon, but you have to understand there is a terminology or there is something called module in Tosca. So we'll be seeing what is module very soon, but yes, if at all, if you have to do a test data management, there are some modules already present and we can use the modules and we can do a connectivity and we can fetch all the values, however we are fetching in a database in the similar fashion. We can fetch the values in our Tosca also. Yeah, so and another interview question they might ask you is, can you do a cross-browser testing in Tosca? Yes, we can absolutely achieve cross-browser testing, not in a one method. There are a couple of ways you can do your cross-browser testing. We will understand how this can be achieved very soon once we start with the practicals. Yeah, so basically this is how our testing process goes. So if you ask me anywhere, I can tell everywhere we have this Tosca footprint present. Okay, so either you have to select the test cases. Yes, we can select the test cases. You can also make use of the Tricentis live compare tool where it will itself go and select some test cases and it will you have to go and create the modules and you can design your test cases and you can automate them and you can run them and analyze the results just by putting up some few values in your Tosca commander, you will get it. So that is what I was talking about, this live compare, which helps you to select few test cases. Yes. So I have been talking from almost like 15 minutes. I would stop here just for 5 minutes to take up if you have any questions. Any questions or any clarifications that you need regarding this Tosca course or anything, you can speak up. Okay, so I hope everyone is good with what we are doing till now, right?
Yes, ma'am. Yes,
Okay.
yes.
Yes, fine then. Yes, so basically, this is how we start doing our test case creation. Okay, so if you see here, there is a terminology called SUT. SUT is nothing but system under test. Okay, system under test is nothing but what is a system that you are planning to test. Okay, so it might be whatever the application that your project choose it. Okay, so for us, we are choosing a demo web application. So this is called as a system under test. It can also be called as application under test. So this application, so I'll give you this link to everyone here in the group chat. Please everyone start opening it and go here, click on this register and give values here like what is your first name, last name, email and password. You have to remember this email and password. It can be any email. A random dummy email also can be given. It's not necessary that you have to give your Gmail. Anything can be done. Just you have to remember what is the email and password you are giving. because going forward, we'll be using this email and password for few of the scenarios that we'll be working on this demo web show. Can you all quickly do it and let me know it is done? Once it is done, I'll give you 5 minutes for this and we'll start after. I hope everyone, all the 23 are doing.
Yes, Miss.
Thank you. Yeah, if it is done before, you can just please drop me or done in the chat window so that I can understand if it is done. Yeah, already I see 5 people responding. 1, 2. Okay, I see 10 members responded. Let us continue with the session. My screen is visible, right? So the screen which I'm sharing.
Yes.
Okay. So yes, so now we understood what is SUT. So as a practice, till we start our practical, so I would request everyone to explore this demo web shop. Okay, so you can simply do a simple navigation. So now that you have already registered, you can click on login, enter your credentials and see what is happening with each and every flow. Okay, so I would recommend to at least try 2 or 3 flows that you can get a good hold of this application. So going forward, it would be easy for you to build up your test cases. Okay, so that one you can do till we start our practical because you have enough ample of time till, okay, we can also, it hardly takes 5 to 10 minutes. You can start with it. Okay, so now we are slowly understanding what is system under test. So I would give you one simple example here. Just resharing my screen. Okay. So simple example here where this is my demo web shop. I have to click on this login. I have to give an email and password and click on login. So if I have to do this small operation, I have to have this information stored in my Tosca somewhere so that I can give that business information to my inside my test case so that both of them combinedly when run, it will coordinate with both of them and it will run my test case. Okay. So what is this? Here, if you see, there is a terminology called technical information. Here, there is terminology called business information. So what are we doing exactly here? So technical information is nothing but, so we are telling Tosca, if at all, if I have to do a click operation on this click login button, what I have to do is I have to find out what exactly this login is. Okay, is it a link? Is it a text box? Is it a button? What is it exactly? So only if I know, I can do a operation on it. Okay. So manually, if I just hover on it, I can easily understand it is a link. But Tosca somewhere, Tosca has to understand it is a link, right? And it is a name, it is a link and it has a name called login. And this particular login link is present in this demo web shop page. So those all information that we have to feed it inside our Tosca. So whenever we start creating our test case, we use this information and we say, now that you have all the information of this login, please go and click on this login link. Okay, so that is how you tell this Tosca. So this is where, wherever you are storing this information about what is this login, so where is this login, on which page is this login, all those information, whatever you're putting is called technical information. Okay. So as is it as technical perspective, we are dealing as a technical information. Business information is nothing but what you have to do based on the technical information. So you have to talk to that person, or you have to just go and leave a parcel, or you have to just click on something and do a navigation. All those things is what you do in a business information perspective. Okay. So as we are giving all this technical information, so this is called as automation model. Automation model is nothing but which has all the information that is equipped to start or build up with our first test case. Okay. So before we directly jump into creation of test case, first we have to understand how we grab this technical information, and then we also have to understand how what all the things that is there for this automation model, and also what needs to be created before I start with the test case. Okay. So if I tell the same example as I have to click on this login and give email and password and click on this login, I have to have a model that is created which has this login link, which has this email and password, like all the technical properties. And then when I give it on my test case level, I will be able to understand, okay, so this is a link, I have to click on it. This is a text box, I have to go and write something here. And this is a button, I just have to click on it. Okay. So this is all we give it on a test case level. Yeah. So this is all whatever we are doing. We are first trying to build up a model, and this is called as automation model. And with the help of this automation module, we call it as a module actually. So this module will help us to drive a test case. So this all, this structure is called model based test approach. Okay. So this is very simple. There is no 100 or 10 lines of code that you have to write. You simply have to create a model. So why is this model testing approach has become the new era of test automation? Because it is very easy to create. There is nothing like if Selenium or UFT or any other tool, you have to first write a framework and then you start building up like standard functions that you write. If there is a login function, you write a standard function to recall it every time again and again in your test case, all those things. You have to write some lines of code. Rather, we don't use any code. We simply do this thing. Okay. So if you see in the late 90s, it was script-based test automation. And it was mostly an open source tools where you can download it. And now it is slowly moving. Now after 2010s, it has now moved to model based, where there is completely no code test automation of Tosca is needed. Even a non-technical person can try to understand it. Now, with the help of this vision AI coming into the picture more and more, even a normal guy can do this test automation without a ease. Okay, so that level of comfort has given us with Tosca. So what is this model based testing approach? Is nothing but what actually it does is there is completely a scriptless, no code is needed for us you to do it. And it's like if you know, there are different layers while we do it, like business layer, technical layer and all, while we develop UI or anything. So it's like a abstraction of technical layer of your system under test into a business layer. Okay. So we update a module once. If at all, if there is any change in application, that is not necessary every time you have to go and update it. Okay. So now with the help of a special property called self-healing, there is no need for us again to do this module. Updation module is automatically Tosca will adjust or heal itself according to the properties that we give. Okay. And why is this important? Because it is efficient, it is reusable and perfectly maintainable. 90% of automation can be done with the help of this model-based testing approach, and business users, non-technical people also can understand this model-based testing approach. So organization can save cost and lower resources. Like there's no need for you to take 10 or 15 resources to complete a project, even with 5 people also, because they can easily understand the tool. Once they get a good hold of this AS1 and AS2, they will be easily able to do it. Okay. And yeah, manual testers can also be converted to automation. So if at all, if you are working in project generally they take a full day course. They'll complete all the courses within 2 days, like 15 days. They'll make a manual tester into automation tester if it is highly needed, because rather than getting a person outside from the market, it is always a good choice to redo the person which is already associated with us. Okay, so this model based testing approach will give us that kind of flexibility and comfort to us so that we can do it. So why is it important? Because end-to-end automation can be done. 160 plus technologies can be automated. Yes. And we build once and reuse it multiple times. That is a concept of Tosca. We build it once and we use it 100 number of times across any technology. It's not like only you use it for web application. No, if it is okay, if it is you can use the same module for your web mobile application. You can use it. If you want to use it for API, you can use it. Okay, so that thing can be done. And standardization and flexibility is more because of this model-based testing approach. So we are doing this. So challenges, coming to the challenges, it is a high frequency test maintenance is nightmare, like more frequent, like every 2 days you are getting this thing and you are not able to use anything. That can be a challenge, but now with the help of the latest feature, that is self-healing, yes, it is not a challenge anymore, I can say. And lack of skilled resources, yes, because you have to understand the tool end to end, only then you will be able to do it. So there is a lack of skilled resource in the market. So that might be one challenge. Slow release due to manual testing. If it is slow release, also it might be a challenge. Cost and resource intensive are some of the challenges that maybe occurred with the help of this. Okay, but I don't think these are the challenges anymore because that much comfort we have got it. Yes. What does our model test approach will do is, here this is a sample application where we have a make, engine performance. These are different text boxes. This is a drop down. And this is again a text box. This is again a drop down, and click on next. Okay. So this is application. So if at all, if you are doing any script based testing automation, so these are the lines of code that you will be writing. And if you see, this is a business information we give. But coming to our Tosca, so it is as simple as how you see an application. So just by seeing our model, I can make out, okay, so this is a make. And here, if you see the symbol A denotes it is a text box. And if you see this symbol, I don't know if you are able to see it, follow it is, this symbol denotes a drop down. Okay. And you can easily correlate with the application. Okay, so it's not like I have to go and check each one of them. Okay, this dot fuel is equals to petrol. So maybe this might be related to this. Okay, so that is how you have to do. But here, just by saying, okay, so this fuel is fuel. License plate number, this is a license plate. Usage. This is similar to how you see your application. Okay, so not much difference. And yeah, as nowadays, everywhere in the market, they want people who is Selenium based or use Tosca automation. So even if you are a Tosca automation resource, they will ask, do you know Selenium? You have to understand what are the basic differences between Selenium and Tosca. Most of them we have already discussed from Tosca perspective, but you should know some of them from Selenium perspective also. So we'll be doing these two slides very quickly. We'll see the differences and then we will see what can be done. What are the advantages and disadvantages? Okay. So if you ask about, so these are the different criteria that we have defined for. So if you see type of application, repeatedly have told 100 number of times till now, that's 160 plus applications it will support. Selenium supports only web application. Is it a paid source or a free tool? So now that you have already known, Tosca is a paid source, licensed software is done. Selenium is a free and open source tool. Automation type. So we have already discussed it is a model based automation and Selenium where you write 100 lines of code for each and every functionality. Scripting is not at all required for Tosca. Yes, there are multiple scripting languages needed for Selenium, Java, Python, etc. etc. API testing is completely possible with Tosca. For Selenium, it is not possible. Test data management. There's an internal tool called Test Data Management Tool or TDS server where you can save all your test data results or test data data so that you can fetch it for your future use. So Selenium does not support any test data management. Reusability of test case. Yes, there is a high chances of you can reuse your test cases with of multiple what can I say, multiple features. Okay, so like libraries, reusable tester blocks, execution list, creating execution list, all this will help you to reuse your things again and again, and it basically creation of model is also a reusable thing. And reusability of test data is low when compared to Tosca. Yeah. Exploratory testing is also possible with Tosca and it is Selenium, it is not possible. CI integration, yes, Tosca supports almost, CI/CD integration can be done with the help of Tosca. Selenium also supports CI tools like Jenkins. QC and Jira integration is possible with Tosca tool. For Selenium, it has to depend on third parties, but here there is no third party. Yes, support. This one I would actually love to talk more and more about. Tosca Tricentis has provided us support for Tosca, especially for people who are looking into this support. Okay. So what is this support actually does? So suppose your project is acquiring some license from this Tricentis people and they will extend a support. They will ask you what kind of support you will need. So if they want us to train the resources also, they will extend their hand from starting training of the resource, take care of the license and distributing the license agreements. All those things can be done with the help of Tosca. Yeah. And also they will also help you to set up different things. Like if you want to set up a deck setup, they will help you. If you want to integrate with CI/CD Jenkins, they will do. Or else if you are doing a normal automation, but still you are stuck up with, they will help you. There was one project which I was working at my early stages where we were stuck with multiple things we were not able to do. So we had extended our, we requested Tricentis team to pitch in and help us. So every hour they used to connect with us. We used to pose all our issues, troubles and all with the Tosca. And so that kind of importance or that kind of this thing, they are taking up for to develop this Tosca. I don't think any other automation tool in the market is taking up. So this is really a very good thing. Even if your project, if you're stuck, if you did not opt for any support, but still you can go to the support.centis portal where you can walk around different, different portals and all. You can check with the different articles that is already provided. If not, you can go ahead and create a ticket and they will come back with the query. Okay. But Selenium, you have to do an R&D. There is no separate dedicated R&D. It's just you have to go to the Google and you have to see what all the things that we have, and just on previous experiences, we have to get it. Okay. So on this note, I want to show you what is the support portal is all about. So this is a support portal. So if you see, there is latest knowledge base articles, whatever, wherever you are stuck. Okay, you are not able to execute your test cases index agent. Is there any issue with your test cycle? So all those things you can just view around. If you have anything in particular, you can search it here. So all the things, you will have n number of articles, more and more information you can get it here. And if an event is cancelled and it's not able to retrieve the needed, they will give you. And even regarding academy also, if you have any questions, they have given some questionnaire. And how to set up Tricentis Tosca is also very easily explained here. Each and everything you can go and you can just walk around. There are knowledge articles. If you see, they'll give you what are the best practices, everything here inside this, so that you can have a quick walkthrough. If not, they will also support us. They'll also mail us. And if you see, this portal will also have what is the recent product releases. And if you want to download Tosca or any kind of product, you can see. If you want to go around with any new product like Tricentis Tosca or NeoLoad, Qtest or Light Compare, Vera, Device Cloud, anything, you can have a walkthrough here in this portal. This portal is really very helpful to have more and more information and all that you need for your Tosca journey. Okay. And framework, yeah, it's already, there is an inbuilt framework in Tosca. There is not special framework that you use here. So we just have to understand what framework needs to be used when. Okay, so we will talk about what is the framework that is already inbuilt, and we will see how to use a framework also. And Selenium does not have any specific framework or unique framework. You have to design it. Object library, I've already told, like you can create library where you can store large number of scripts and we can pitch in and we can use that n number of times. It lacks an integrated object repository, so there is no special object repository for Selenium. Reporting, I'm already told, there is an inbuilt reporting tool and it is helping us for viewing additional information and all. In Selenium, it lacks built-in reporting tool. So miscellaneous, it also helps SAP impact assessment, data warehouse testing, and exploratory management. And speed of creating any script and execution, it is very fast compared to Selenium. Selenium is little slow because you have to understand the code, you have to write the code, all those things is needed. So coming to the last segment of today, it is where does Tosca stand in automation testing world? So now with all this information that I've given, what do you think? Where does Tosca stand? Can anyone, did you get any idea how it is trending in the market, how it is emerging in the market? Okay. So we will see a few of them. It's as good market demand. It is quickly emerging because of all the latest technology it is incorporating in itself. The reason being, it's a good integration with other popular automation testing tools and easily understanding. It is efficient to use, accuracy, and also consistency throughout the test scripts, which makes the perfect tool for any organization or tool. Okay, so most of the time when I tell about this installation Tosca, I'll get what is some system requirement for Tosca installation. Okay, so if you ask me, it should be a Windows machine. Mac it is not supporting. So hardware requirements for Tosca Commander are, it has to compulsory have this i5 dual core 2.4 gigahertz and it should have 8 GB RAM. Hard disk space, it is always good if we have more than 10 GB plus, and obviously everyone nowadays will have more than this network speed, but this speed is mandatory. Okay. So if anyone is trying to use a Mac machine, I would recommend you to go for a Windows machine because Windows is what Tosca is supporting currently. Okay. So we'll quickly discuss what are the advantages and disadvantages, and then we will move to this architecture maybe tomorrow or today according to the time. So meanwhile, any other questions till now?
Mansa, one question. This is Karthik.
Yeah,
So the Tricentis support you told like we can raise the ticket and we can get the answers, right?
correct.
So this is only when we register with officially company and we raise the tickets from company, or individually when we are getting trained for the free license 30 days, right? Even then also we can raise and get the issues resolved.
I don't think you can talk to them on that individual email, but it should be compulsory a business email.
Okay. Got it. Thanks.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, Shiva, please.
Yeah, so regarding that Mac machine, it won't support.
Yeah, Mac, it won't support Shiva.
Okay.
Mac, you have to have Windows. There is a workaround, but it is not currently in the market. If you officially go and see in the Tricentis team, it is only for Windows machine.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Okay. Yeah, Mamta, please tell me.
Uh, what do you mean AS1, AS2, and TDS1, TDS2? I can understand API test and the database testing.
Okay. So AS1, I hope you are new today in the class, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So not a problem. So AS1 is nothing but it is a Tosca fundamental exam. It is called as automation web application testing. It is called as AS1. And optimization test automation with centralized data is AS2. Okay, so these are the names of two certifications or the two badges that is you are getting it from Tosca Tricentis team. Okay.
All right. Thank you.
It is nothing but a basics of testing, how to create a test case, how to build up a test case, and how to enhance your test case with test data. That is what we do as part of AS1 and AS2.
Okay.
And these certificates you are getting directly from Tricentis. Okay. So you will get all the information, how to do it, how to achieve all those things. Okay, good. I got few questions. Any other questions? Anyone wants to know anything more? Okay, good. All right. So let us move back. So advantages, most already all discussed. I'll just walk through one after the other. Now it's like a one-stop solution for various automation test types and enterprise tool that functions without a script, user-friendly. It's all drag and drop here. Okay. So if you're not using a mouse, I would suggest at least for a few days try using a mouse. It would be easy for you because we do a drag and drop inside our tool. So it will help the testers with test management tools also. We can do both GUI and non-GUI. GUI is nothing but guided user interface. If it is not, also can be done. So no need for any explicit framework because we already have a framework inbuilt. So we are not using anything. It is majorly supporting all the technologies. There are reduced number of artifacts, like you need not write 100 number of rules and regulations or 100 number of cases. It's very easy. And test data also can be easily used. Tricentis gives the best vendor support, reduction in regression testing time from weeks to minutes. Okay. So previously, if you have to run a regression suite, it would have taken you like 1 week or 2 weeks or 3 weeks. But now it might take 15 or 20 minutes also based on the size of your regression suite. Okay. Disadvantages, obviously the cost. Seeing just understanding it's a cost, you have to buy the tool, everyone will go up back. But when they understand the features and they understand how much Tosca is helping the client, they will always come forward and start with this tool. Okay. So community support, repeatedly telling, because it's very, very important for us when we are starting with this tool. We have to understand, we have to have that support, because without that it would be a little hard for it. And Tosca requires a lot of resources like RAM, CPU, and disk space to run, which may be a constraint for smaller teams. Okay, if you are using a smaller version or with a less slower RAM, it will be little harder because it takes a lot of temporary space at the back end. Okay, if you might face a difficulty like your Tosca is a little slower, or it is taking a lot of time for you to do the simple drag and drop. So it is all because of the resources that you are giving, like RAM or CPU or disk space. Integration problem, Tosca can't be integrated with Git, but I don't think that is a disadvantage because it has an already integration tool. We will talk about what is that. It is getting integrated and how are the test cases saved in the cloud. Yes, model-based test runner approach might or can lead to maintenance problems. It is very rare, but to my knowledge, I have never seen this maintenance problem still. Okay. Yes. Okay, so we'll also talk about Tosca architecture today, and we will see what are the major components. If you see this architecture of Tosca, it has a commander. So I call the commander as a hero because this is the one who coordinates with each and everything in the Tosca. So be it the repository. So this is a place where we store all our information. So be it a license server. So this license server will have all the details like what is your email ID, on which email ID you have the license, how many licenses are procured. Everything is there in this license server. Okay. So Tosca commander will check with the license server. So this particular person is logging in with this particular email ID. Do he has a license? So it will check. These all things happen internally. So it will check and it will say, okay, it has it. Please go ahead and open its workspace. It will go ahead and do it. So it will also talk to the executor. What is executor? When you try running your test case, so it has to execute. It has to open your Chrome browser, it has to run few commands and it has to do. So for that, this executor will come into the picture where again the commander will talk, hey boss, you have a work now, you have to go and run this. So executor will come into the picture. And if you see, there are different engines that are coming into the picture. So based on what kind of application you are using. If it are using a web application, the HTML engine will come into the picture. If you are using an SAP application, the SAP engine will come into the picture. If it is a TCP application, it uses this. If it is a .NET application, how these engines will come into the picture, we will see as part of AE1. Okay, so it is an extension of all the certifications that we do. There you get a very good information of how these engines are coming into the picture, how to automate different applications. And coming to the scan wizard, so this is how Tosca commander again talks to the scan wizard. What is scan wizard and all, we will see in the practical in the tomorrow's class. So in the commander itself, we can create a test case, we do a module, we do a test case design, we do the execution, we do the requirements, and configuration can also be done. Okay. So this is the architecture. So if I ask you what is the architecture of the way, what are the major components of the Tosca? Another interview question. Major components of Tosca, you can say it as commander, executor, wizard, and repository. So commander, executor, wizard, and repository. So these are the main components of Tosca. Okay. And what is each one of them? We will talk in tomorrow's class because we talk more about this commander and we have to understand main things before we start it. So we will do it in the tomorrow's class. So any other questions regarding any other things? Yes, Deepak, please go ahead.
I have a general question. As per this Tosca having the license, like business license, so this company will charge to any company as per user or overall package will be given, and how much basic cost of this tool for a company?
Yeah, actually, based on this, I'm not that much into this prices, but I do know the based on the licenses that you procure. Okay, so you have to procure some licenses. Like you say there are only 5 licenses that I need for my this thing. So they only provide 5 licenses. Okay, so that means only 5 people can interact. If the one is extra, they cannot use the license. So it will be on different basis. And that cost, I cannot tell you at this point of time. It all depends upon what kind of project. There are so many things that are involved if you ask me about the exact cost.
I'm asking because in our side also this license in our one project, and they said
Mhm.
that it is a limited license. So I'm assuming that it is very costly like that.
Yeah, limited license because they might have told that I want only these many users. So that's why they might have limited the license.
Okay, thank you.
No problem. Any other questions we have to look into? Yeah. So I hope you are all good for today. So yes, that is all I planned for today. We'll meet up in
And
tomorrow. Yeah.
I have one
Yes.
more query. As
Yeah.
we use the free license, is any function to be miss here, like the business license, like that?
No, we are not missing anything, whatever the license that we are procuring, right? So it is same as however we do it in our project. Okay. So there is nothing that we are missing. Each and every feature is given to us from Tosca as part of license. You no need to worry.
Okay, thank you.
Everything is same.
Okay.
Yes. So thank you so much for all taking this time out and coming to our class and listening all the information that I'm giving. Yes. On the same note, we'll meet on tomorrow's session. Have a very nice day ahead. Thank you and have a good day ahead. Bye-bye.
Yeah,
Thank
thank
you.
you.
Thank you.
Thank
Bye
you.
bye.